Hi, and welcome to part 4 of my talk about the Revolutionary War, and we are reaching our end. I know I skipped a lot, but basically I'm gonna let's recap what we talked about last time. Actually, what we talked about last time was completely the Battle of Saratoga and everything surrounding it. Talked very briefly about Benedict Arnold and why he did eventually turn head and basically join the British. But now, nearing our end, this is 1781. So it did skip a lot from Saratoga. I'm going to be honest, we did skip a lot of time. Saratoga was 77, 78. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That's just off the top of my head. I don't have a note about it right here on me. So, alright, so, excuse me. Nearing our end, I'm going to very briefly talk about the events that led up to Yorktown here. Yorktown is the last battle of the American Revolution. It is in 1781, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm only human. I do make mistakes. That's off the top of my head. But in 1778, the British basically, up to this point, the war was basically fought in the north. There was a small attempt by the British to take Charleston and other areas in the South Carolina and the southern colonies that actually failed. These were much earlier attempts, a few years previous. In 1778, they launched another invasion. They sailed from New York. They had Philadelphia, which was the capital at the time, but they basically sailed from the north and land in Georgia, take Savannah, Georgia, and then move up and take Charleston. The colonists tried to retake Charleston. It failed. They begin basically turning from the north to the south. Whilst they're doing that, the rebels are actually winning in the north. And basically that's why the rebels are winning in the north. The British see this and basically say, alright, we're going to take another approach to this. We're going to basically, they almost completely abandon the north and come around and figure we'll come from the south. They do have forces still in the north, and they're planning on pincering. They're planning on basically doing a pincer move, coming from the south and coming from the north, basically trapping the colonists. But what actually happens is they themselves end up getting cornered. Their generals lose many battles, especially in the South. They're beginning to lose. It's 1780, 1779, 1780. Losses are beginning to become inevitable. And actually, the Americans lure the British into taking Yorktown. When they take Yorktown, General Cornwallis takes Yorktown in 1781. He traps himself. The French arrive, huge fleet, destroys the British Navy, blockades Yorktown with the British in it. The British did capture Yorktown. It was successful. The French basically blockade Yorktown. The French blockade Yorktown, and the colonists actually surround Yorktown, and basically they push and attack the city. General Cornwallis does eventually surrender, and then brings me to the Treaty of Paris, signed in Paris. Basically, the British now acknowledge the American colonists as being their own country. The United States of America is born. And basically in 1781, the Treaty of Paris officially marks the end of the Revolutionary War. And so we've reached our conclusion here. I will come down here and thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I also have one last thing to talk about here. I'm planning on doing a series out of this. The American Revolution, just something that stuck in my head. I decided to start with that. But basically, I'm starting with the American Revolution. I'm going to ask you guys to basically either send me a message, leave it in the comments. I don't care. I'll get to it eventually. I'll read it. Tell me what you want to learn more about. Tell me anything historical, anything about history. I'm a big history fan. I know a lot of things about history. I know I do make mistakes, so please do not flame me or anything. I do make mistakes. You can correct me. I don't care. Leave it in the comments. Send me a message if you want to correct me. I don't care. I do make mistakes. I'm fairly certain that most of this information I provide is accurate. And, you know, please send me a message, send me a comment with something you want to learn more about, and I'll try to make a video out of it that covers that issue, that historical event or historical time period. But please, thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Don't forget, send me a message, leave it in the comments or something you want to learn more about that I might be able to help you out with. Even if I don't know very much about it, I could study up a bit. I think I can make it, more interesting to you guys. Basically, there's a lot more things you can talk about the Revolutionary War. It definitely is. I covered this is my opinion on what is really the major events, and I, covered scarcely other events that surrounded it. But this is basically what I see as a major events. This is what you get. This is what you'll get when if you tell me, say the Crusades or something. I just cover some major events about the Crusades. It's, just comment, even send me a message. I don't care. What you want to learn more about. I'm willing to learn a little bit, maybe transfer it into easier to learn for the people who are slower at history, because I know there's a lot of people who are slower at history, and I catch on history really quickly. So, if I look it up, if I don't know very much about it, I'm not too big on American history that much. I do like the Revolutionary War time period, that entire time period, but, I'm not very good with American history. But, if you say it's Civil War, I don't know that much about it. I know, basic stuff. I could definitely look up information, basically make notes, put it up there, get another video up on the Civil War if that's what you wanted. And, just about anything in history. I mean, just, leave something, comment, message. I don't really care how you try to contact me if you just, you want to learn more about a certain historical event or time period. Tell me, and I'll try to get that to you if you want it. But that's just about it. This is the end of the American Revolutionary War. So I'm actually, I was trying to think about something to do here. American Revolutionary War jumped in my mind for some reason. And I'm kind of stuck on what else to do. That's why I'm asking you guys, because I'm kind of stuck on what to do next. Because I was going to do something regardless, but I just don't know what to do. There's so many things I could do. So please, message, comment. Hopefully I'll see you guys later. I'm happy to hear from you guys.